one.
3, 2, 1. Good morning there. Is the Pound Hour Productions with Lonnie and Brian, hence the LB, and shortened to LB Hour to the Pound Hour, because that's what LB is. It's a pound, right? And we've got a pound of stuff to give you right now. So while we're thinking about this, go down below, pound on that like and subscribe button, I guess. You know, that's a very beneficial thing for people who are doing this. And I've had a lot of coffee already, so feel free to stop me any given time. But we were at yesterday, and when we were doing this, we had done a test for Brian, which was a personality test, and he found out that he is lacking one. I'm kidding. No, but what it showed was, I'm going to switch on the film here, share my screen. It showed that he is the alchemist. And where's that at now? Dang it. I had it. And it was, why is it? It was there just a moment ago, and now you know what? I'm losing my mind. Apparently, I don't know why this is like that.
Well, go ahead. I'm going to adjust the lights.
Go ahead. You just dim it, turn down a little bit, so we're a little more relaxed here, right? Yeah, I feel like my face is a little bright. As long as it's my face. Oh, there we go. There's what I was looking for. Right there. Okay. So Brian, here we are. This is your you as the alchemist, right? You took the test. We took the test as you, and you were an alchemist. And it talks about all the percentages you were. But down below this, I did not know this. Right down below that talks about your outlook and your optimism and so forth. So if you want to read one of those, you could.
Well, all I could see is it says Bing basketball quiz. Look at
Bing basketball quiz. What are you talking about?
Look at the screen that you shared.
The screen I shared is what?
Yeah, you brought up the wrong screen. It's Paris Hilton versus Nicole Richie in the upper area, and then you got the Bing basketball quiz, and I believe I could do quite well at the Bing basketball.
Okay, so how about this one?
A little overlit here. Yeah, let's see the other one.
Well, this is it. For some odd reason, it says
always preview your shares. That's a lesson we're learning.
I did actually. That's why I was kind of like, huh, that's weird. But
rough morning here, folks.
It is a rough morning here, folks.
A lot of technical glitches, and snow's coming Thursday. We got a snowstorm Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, so as far as oh man alive, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna quit trying that real quick and try another one, because for some odd reason that came up with all of your information, and now it's gone. Everything's gone.
Well, it's Technical Glitch Tuesday. That's a national holiday. Technical Glitch Tuesday. Everybody's having one.
Right.
Yeah.
Technical Glitch Tuesday.
In fact, Sean Hannity actually said something intelligent. That's how bad things are. Things are crazy.
Okay. Well, holy crap, man. This was here just a moment ago, and now it's not again. I'm like 1,000 to 1 here, not making this happen. But that's okay, folks, because I am, you're waiting for us to do something fun, and apparently I can't do a show by myself on the computer here when it's not working.
Get rid of that screen.
I'm trying. This is the screen that we wanted, actually.
Oh.
But this is the screen we wanted, but for some odd reason, it has deleted all your information, which is no good.
That's okay. But I got Alchemist, and so we can talk about that another time.
Yeah, we can. I was going to do it in my name real quick, but apparently
that's error 404 HTTP error 404. We've all seen it. 403. You're gone one down. You're doing better.
I have. I'm losing. I'm losing in life here. Apparently.
It's okay. Things happen.
It's no good. Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start over here, because if it goes somewhere, and you can see all the stuff right now, right? Or not?
See how he's doing it, actually. Usually you'll do this in private and bring it up when it's done, but we're showing you how to do it.
Yes.
You just pick it up off the internet, and then you share it to your screen. Personal dental insurance. BuzzFeed has a personality test.
Yeah, well, the one that we did for you, I was going to try to do the same one, but I don't want the 16 personality test. I want the
Yeah.
This was it right here. I do believe the 14.
It
Maybe
looks like it's looking like it looks familiar.
looks familiar. Okay, I recognize that blonde girl. She came by the other night and had a coffee with me. So it was
Well, while you're doing that, I want to give a shout out to somebody I can't stand, which is Steven Crowder. He's a podcaster. I enjoyed his critique of Springsteen, but he was off a little bit. But
I don't
the
like
way
it.
to
No.
unite is watch and enjoy and recommend people you just can't stand. I mean, there's nothing about him I like, but I watch him because he's pretty good at what he does.
Well, he is pretty good at what he does, but
He is.
you know,
He's got a good crew.
the problem I have with that is that what he's good at is condemning those who are above him. So he tries to step on their feet, step on their toes, step on their shoulders, and just to make himself look better. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's like a useless douchebag. Honestly, he's just a useless windbag, douchebag, whatever you want to call it. That is just saying negative things about people when they're up high, like
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen. Which I'm not even a fan of Bruce Springsteen, really. I mean,
No.
I like him because he's the boss, yada yada. I'm not a huge fan of his, though, as far as music wise. It's not my genre, really, but a little bit. But either way, the fact is that he made that video the other day in regards to meeting America halfway in the middle of America.
Yeah.
Right, left, red, and blue, whatever, you know. And I thought it was cool.
Crowder was very critical, but his criticisms were off. He said things like he hasn't written one or two good songs in his whole life. Well, the guy's known as one of the greatest songwriters. So come up with different critiques, like his gravelly voice and acting like a cowboy at 70. That's stuff you can make fun of. But to say, you know what I mean? That'd be like saying LeBron James just can't play. He's just not a good basketball player. You can't say that. You could say he's overly political, but you can't say he's not a good basketball player.
Yeah, it's like saying William Shatner isn't a very good actor.
Yeah. So if you see Crowder out there, I want to take him on in an MMA fight. I'm old, I'm smaller, I've got a lot of injuries, and so he can only lose and be embarrassed, but he should be able to take the fight. So Steven Crowder, if you're out there, and it'll all go to all the money will go to me. Because you don't need it. He's a successful guy. He's got what 400,000 likes. So he's doing well.
He is doing well. Yeah. And that's what I mean. It's
just,
here.
But
he is doing he's stepping on people, and it's not just because they're up high out of his range. He's trying to do that social climbing bullshit thing that people do, you know, just to make themselves look better. They condemn somebody else, and it's like, dude,
he's playing to his
own echo chamber.
He's playing to the weakest part of his audience, not the smart people. The smart guys are like, hey, you can't say Springsteen can't write a song, but you can say a lot of funny stuff about him.
Oh, sure.
We can make fun of each other, but
yeah. Just people. Yeah. I've never actually seen that show, Chowder. So that was the first I saw that when it accidentally popped up on my YouTube. And
did you say Chowder with Crowder? I think it's louder, but I like Chowder with Crowder.
Well, whatever it is, I thought it was Chowder.
Yeah, maybe we'll meet in the middle of the United States and have Chowder with Crowder.
What is his name?
Steven Crowder. We'll have Chowder with Crowder in the middle of America.
I thought it was Chowder. Huh.
There you go. Funny. I like Chowder with Crowder. I'll have a Chowder with him.
Yeah, well, I hate it when anybody is kicking down somebody else because just to make themselves look better.
Yeah.
I didn't like it in school. I didn't like it in college. I didn't like it in life. You know, you've got a problem with somebody, tell them. Don't say, hey, tell everybody else, hey, you know, this guy is such a loser, yada, 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 just to make yourself look better. It won't work because you don't look any better. And
I don't like dishonest criticism. So those two things together, he's doing them both. So,
yeah,
you know, we welcome him anytime to have Chowder at the middle of the country.
Middle of the country, right in that where the video was made. I can't
remember. Right in that star. That's pretty cool. I want to go there.
It's a church right there in where?
Yes.
Do you remember where it was?
It's in Kansas. It was a really well put together video and audio. It was good. That church, it was all about that church, and we could all meet there. It's never closed.
Folks, I'm going to forget that test right now. That's not going to. But I'm glad that
church is never locked. The church is never locked. That's
never locked, never shut. That's what it says. That's awesome. That's good. It's right in the middle of the four corners of America, right? So, and that's where we need to be. Honestly, we need to. I don't know.
Well,
That's
when I was a kid, our church was never locked. When I was a kid, in the old days, church never locked.
yeah, and you were a Catholic church, correct?
Yeah, but I believe most churches just didn't lock back then, in case
Yeah.
somebody wandered through and needed to sleep.
Yeah, sleep or yeah, I'm certain they used to not lock like that. I remember as a kid, it was just kind of like church is open, go in there,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, remember
because
that when I was tired, you gave me to sleep or whatever. The thing about you found me a place to sleep when you were tired. So somebody walks through, you got to let them have the church, let them sleep.
yeah. And oddly enough, that's one of the places that because of the homelessness amount of people in America now, that can't happen, you know.
Yeah.
Well, it can happen, but it would require security and I mean a lot of security
Yeah.
because you can't leave your doors open and let somebody come in there and all of a sudden put a rig in their arm and die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that happens, you know.
You could have
We
you could have extreme faith and say, okay, we're a church, we're just going to open the doors.
well,
Because the people might step up and start staying there and hanging out and caretaking. The members of the congregation, usually the members of a church, can really unite and do a lot of good things.
but that's your security. I mean, you have to
Yeah.
have members who say they'll do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like after church, some churches have a little hospitality time, an hour and a half. There's somebody working at every post. There's 15 guys in there
Yep.
working.
Yep.
The power of the team.
Yeah, that's one of the best things I think I remember from
Yeah.
the Catholic Church is going over and going to their after-hour receptions at
Yeah.
the church. Yeah, that was good.
We used to call
Yeah.
it hospitality Sunday.
Hospitality. Yeah, and some churches do that on once a month or something, you know, and
Yeah.
or yeah, I don't know. I've gone to a lot of churches and I've highly enjoyed most of them. You know, I'll go to one for a while and then I find myself finding something I disagree with the way the pastor or somebody said something, and then I kind of find a reason to get out and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not not always benefit, but I do highly enjoy the church, and I highly enjoy you know, music of, you know, the church, and basically not the prayer but the praise. You know, I like that stuff. It's quite nice.
The fellowship is good.
The fellowship of everything is good, and it's very sad that right now in the last year or two in this pandemic that a lot of churches have had to close, you know. But what are you doing in church? You're singing, you're spraying your little virus everywhere. So
Well,
yeah,
a lot of them have online church. My sister does an online church and loves
Yeah.
it. They have singing and praise and scripture and the whole deal.
yes, I have been to a few of them. Matter of fact, I often watch the Salvation Army online here in town.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You've done Salvation Army in person during this time too, right?
I have, but I mean, it's good. It's just there's probably like 5 people there, so that's good, you know. But it's 5 people. It's just I don't know. It's just odd, you know. I want to have some camaraderie, and yeah, I don't want to. You know, we're at that little stage right now. We're like, well, it's getting a little better. Some of the people are getting vaccines, and people aren't dying quite as much, I don't think, but it's still growing. The virus is, and so
Yeah.
you know.
That reminds me of the old song, wherever 2 or more of you are gathered in his name.
His name,
There's love. That's all you need. So 2 people makes a church.
yeah, I didn't know that was actually a song. You say song?
It is a song. It was a wedding song. It's called the wedding song.
Huh. I did
It's
not
a
know that.
beautiful song. That's a beautiful song.
I did not know that, folks. But I do have some questions for you still. I came up with a couple other ones here. So, do you have ready for a question, Brian?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, folks, if you're just watching this for the first time, I often have some outlandish questions for Brian. Some are philosophical, some are stupid, some are funny. They're all funny, right? But but either way, we can discuss them on certain levels. and he never knows what I'm going to give him. So whether
Yeah.
it's personal or like I said, financial or historic or whatever the question might be. But I do have a couple questions for him today, and I get these from randomly all over the Google.
I want to
search.
give one disclaimer though.
Sure.
You can see my breath because I'm in the studio and I wanted to get back in it, and it's about 35 degrees in here. So I'm cold and ready. It's a torture device to make you answer better.
Actually, folks, that breath is just so horrid. It actually comes out. You can see it. It's like obviously garlic and garbage is what he's been eating over there. I'm just kidding.
Thank God there's no smell-o-vision.
I know, right? Exactly. But
I'm ready.
do you believe you're worthy of good things like love and happiness?
Oh, yeah.
Brian is worthy. In what ways do you show love for yourself? Oh, don't answer that. Actually, don't answer that.
Exercise and finding things I enjoy and looking things up and just trying to learn and help others. That keeps me real busy.
It does. Yeah. No.
Get outside every day and do some work.
For you. Yep. No,
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, what I do for me is, I try to keep myself in the mix, helping others, and
Yeah.
knowing what's going on, whether it be in my community or with people in my world, my little flock of people people in my flock. Yeah, basically my friends and family and loved ones,
Well,
and
that brings up a quick story. I was out front yesterday in the early evening and I was raking gravel on the driveway, and a guy pulled up, a kid. He was probably 35 or 40. He said, "Hey, I used to live in the house next door on the corner." We got to talking, and then he said, "How old are you?" I said, 61, and he freaked out. So I don't know if he was trying to make me feel good, but he was like, "No way." And then we BS for a while and had a really nice talk. He was still in his car, and he's an old Rose Valley guy, and then his wife's an old Ostrander gal. So we had a really good talk. And if I hadn't been out front doing some work, I wouldn't have seen them. So got to get out front.
so if you're just listening to the first time, by the way, Rose Valley and all these places they refer to, these are in the Cowlitz County area. Brian is over in Little Chicago, which is Kelso, in the Pacific Northwest, and I am in Longview, Washington, or Longview, as we like to call it here.
Yeah, just about 3,000 miles from New York City. Got Longview. It's kind of a suburb of New York City. An extreme suburb.
Actually, we are. Here's Seattle. Here's Portland. We're in the middle, pretty much. A little south of that, but that's where we're.
As I learned from people in other countries, just tell them it's near Mount St. Helens and they're all over it.
There you go. We're near Mount St. Helens. About
There you go.
half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah.
In the shadow of the mountain.
Yeah, we did. That's one thing. It's a good story is the inches and inches of ash that we had here. Actually, there was feet of ashes in certain spots in this place. I remember seeing some guy hose off his driveway and found his car was underneath of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was out there in not Tootle, but Castle Rock. But either way, yeah, so it's a neat little area we're in here. A lot of beautiful area, actually. Great for fishing, hiking, biking, you name it. The Northwest is it. And we're in Longview and Kelso and Cowlitz County. And so
yeah,
that's what we're at right here. Yep. In the shadow of
the volcano.
Shadow of the peakless mountain.
Yeah.
Has no peak anymore, right?
Oh, yeah. And a good lesson for people is if you're holding in your emotion, you're going to explode eventually. And that's what happened with that mountain. It held it in for hundreds of years and it blew up and killed 57 people and ruined the town for a while.
Yeah.
Towns across the mountains were ruined.
Yeah.
Temporarily damaged.
You're right. But that's enough about me. Let's talk about you and all the wonderful things that you and I can do. Kidding. That is a Will Smith thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Phrase. But Brian, what does your ideal day look like?
Ideal day?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I'd know it when I saw it, but a lot of variety, some fun, some video, maybe writing something, maybe seeing somebody I hadn't seen for a while. Good food.
There you go. Sounds good to me. I would like my ideal day would be Every day's a holiday with Mary Poppins. That's one thing in my head, that song, you know. Every day is a holiday. But my ideal day, I basically, you know, I get up, I get some exercise, I go back to the Y for a while, do some exercise. You know, I don't not having to take a nap actually, because that's when I have to have a little bit, because I have to do that because I'm old and I've had a stroke, and that's what happens when you do certain things. Like, you know, you just can't the body doesn't work the same anymore. But my ideal day would be consisting of my friends and meetings, actually, oddly enough, because I like figuring things out.
Yeah. Oh, you know, actually, a real ideal thing would be if we zoomed in the morning at 9 and we were zooming with one of my favorites of all time, legendary Grateful Dead fan, Bill Walton, former Trouble. It's been my dream to talk to him, whether it's in person or just meet him, you know. He was just a legendary figure when I was growing up. Bill Walton, he was the superstar on the Blazers when they won the title. And then he was known as a hippie and a Grateful Dead fan. Now he's one of the greatest announcers around. And he had a severe stuttering problem, and he's an announcer now.
Wow, that's cool.
That's
awesome.
He's legendary, and he's so positive. He will rain praise on people that just don't even like themselves. He will get people to lift out of their the doldrums. Well, you do that too. You were doing it with somebody. You told me, we talked about it. You take a person that thinks they're terrible at something, and you and him both have that thing where, no, you're way better than you even realize. And it's like,
yeah, well, no, people have a tendency to go, I'm good at one thing, but I'm really bad at this one. And it's hard to transfer their information in their head. They think that they're bad at something, and they are. But if you, no, they're not. But what I'm saying is that they are really good at one thing. No matter what it is, you can find the gold, dust the gold off of somebody and say, oh, you're shining here. You know, you are not a piece of crap. I've shined you up. You are gold again. Make them feel good about themselves, good at what they do well, and then you redirect that towards what, you know, that thing that they're bad at, supposedly bad at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can kind of really help somebody, because, you know, nobody's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We've all got positives out there, and sometimes it just takes a stranger or even somebody you love to dust you off and clean you up a little bit and put you back out in the world.
That's very timely too. And like after the Super Bowl, that's what's coming out about Tom Brady. He took players that they said were troublemakers and screw ups and invited them to the team, and they've shined. And you know,
yeah. Well, you know, it's that I don't mean to dwell on this, but there was and I'm not a sports fan, so folks, hear me out there. There was a movie that came back a while back. I think it was Brad Pitt and For the Love of the Game.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
Wasn't that it? Wasn't that Brad Pitt?
I thought Brad Pitt was in the one about the Moneyball.
Moneyball. That's what I'm thinking about. Moneyball. That's actually that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Moneyball. The reason why is because he would find people who were not great at everything. You find one thing they're great at, and then put that person there. You know. And they made a fortune. They did wonders. You know, they ruled MLB, you know, baseball for a while there. It was like
Dennis Rodman. Think about it. He didn't even want to score points anymore. He just wanted to rebound. He became one of the greatest rebounders of all time. Really
exactly. Yep, exactly. No, yeah. If you were to say Dennis Rodman, well, you're a, you know, tattooed, multicolored freak, you know. Which I don't even know what color his hair is nowadays, if he even has any hair. But either way, he's an interesting fella, most definitely.
Yeah, he chose to really be great at something, because everybody loves a rebounder because he gets you the ball back.
Yep. It's like I was told years and years ago, you know, you don't have to be good at everything. Be great at one thing. Whatever that one thing is, be great at that. And I don't care if it's a freaking janitor. Be greatest janitor.
Oh.
And sorry about that. That was an alarm telling you to be great at one thing. I don't care what it is. Find your thing, be great at it, and just be the best you can at it. And what I found for me, after searching all these things and positivity books I've read and seminars I've gone to and whatnot, I found my niche. Actually, my niche was I'm like sitting through all these meetings and stuff, realizing what my niche was. Actually, my niche happens to be networking and being able to find a common denominator with each person.
Yeah.
So I started the company, which was Concierge of Life, because I'm basically I was doing middleman services, saying, hey, you have a problem? I'm the guy. I got a guy for that. I have a guy for that. I don't know how to do that. I do not know half this. I don't know a third of the shit that we do in this world, but I know somebody who does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this computer stuff most of the time. I asked Brian to do it because he's really good at it. You know what I mean? I don't know how to do finances, but I have friends who do. I don't know how to do real estate. I do a little bit now, but I have 200 friends who do, because I'm in a real estate world, business. I was for a long time. But I mean, it's not just about I'm not good at everything. I'm great at one thing, and that is working with people.
Yeah.
And finding what they want to do, how I can help them by utilizing somebody else, So that's what you got to do, folks.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's good. Find what you're good at. What I'm good
Find
at.
what you're good at. Your one little thing. I don't care what it is.
What I'm good at is at the end of the show, I'm able to put on inappropriately silly glasses and we could sign it off because we got a meeting with a potential something. We won't tell the people.
We have a meeting with somebody, right? Some
Get under your hat.
Some intelligent person. There you go.
Smart
I have a hat over here somewhere.
Creative man, a talented man, interesting man.
Yeah.
So we'll talk, but it's not Bill Walton, but we'll talk to him.
Hey, Brian, here is another question for you because we got a little bit of time.
Okay.
How do you relax? It's all legal now. So go ahead. Explain.
I'll have a little task I have to do and then have a thing I'm going to do after. Say it's going to be watch a little TV, run a little bit, kind of set up small activities and have rewards. These glasses aren't bad though. They're little mirrory.
They look a little Oakley. They look like Oakley glasses, and I'm just never been a fan of Oakleys. They're kind of silly to me, but
yeah,
they are interesting though. Most definitely, yeah.
Did you know this is a fact? Annie Oakley's great grandchild started that company. People don't realize that. I know it sounds like a joke.
Yes, it does. Well, because she was such a sure shot, Annie Oakley.
Yes. And my favorite show was Hollywood Squares, so I could be bluffing.
Well, I'm going to say you're bluffing no matter what. That sounds silly, but.
Did you know they briefed the stars? They would sit with them and tell them bluffs they could use. The stars were briefed to help them with their bluffs. Said that every show.
I believe it. I believe all the stars had some bluffs.
Yeah, and Paul Lynde had to do
probably more briefs too.
One guy, Paul Lynde, had to do a nasty joke and then the bluff. He always did a nasty joke. It was just his thing.
Sure. Okay, so. Okay, dang it all. Let's see here. I lost.
That guy just text and say he's going to be late now.
No. I'm looking. I was trying to find those questions I had on here for you, but it's okay because I always have new questions. It's very simple. I'm going to say, what is your proudest accomplishment?
I'll let you know when I'm done.
Right, we're not done yet in this world.
So far, I'd say my 2 sons. Love it. Love them.
Yeah.
I was there for them for a lot of years, a lot of times. One of the worst basketball coaches ever technically, but one of the best as far as being there.
Yeah.
My strategy was not good. My X's and O's were weak, but it was everybody thought they were good and went for it. So I was more of a motivational coach. I needed the X's and O's guy. That guy that's diagramming plays and telling people where to be.
Well, it's hard.
I'd say my sons and a lot of kids, a lot of their friends. I influenced the kids back then and did a lot of stuff.
And the ones you taught as far as acting and everything else too. So.
Yeah, and if you came to my house, to hang out with my sons, you might be in a play. We might write a book. We might, we used to do wild things, build a catapult.
You might want to take off those bug eye glasses, by the way. They look a little silly.
Let's try to sign off.
Huh?
I was trying to sign off because I was.
Oh, you try to sign up. Okay, so let's sign off. We'll get back to, I have more questions tomorrow. I've got, what are my accomplishments that I'm proud of? I'm not quite certain, but I can tell you they are my children as well. My children are amazing. They're not done yet, and I'm not done yet. I have, personally, no matter what I've been to, I've received every award there was for business and so forth. And so I'm kind of accomplishing that. And so I highly enjoyed that. I made it a task to something to do, to achieve, and I've achieved those tasks and stuff. You know, I may have not been the most money-making man in the world, but I am accomplished as far as business goes a little bit, and my community, and I think I have a positive name in the community. That's one thing that took me a while to get, because my father, the love him to death, but yeah, had to
Got a
live in the
good
shadow.
reputation. That's good. Reputation's important.
Reputation is everything. There you go. Okay, so let's
working on
pound
it.
out. Let's pound it out.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, up in there. Go.
Rochambeau.
There you go. You're on.
Got
a
you 3 in
roll.
a row.
I think
You be
you're
quick and
on 4 in a
I'll
row.
be slow. Huh?
I think you might be on 4 in a row. We'll have to go watch the tape.
Watch the tapes.
Yeah.
Watch the tapes, folks. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.
See you later.